Biryani comes in all shapes and sizes. This is my version of it. It's packed with flavor in each bite. And the best thing is, it's foolproof, very versatile, and you don't need more than one pot to make it. This recipe has many spices and herbs. The more you add, the better the outcome. But don't feel discouraged because you're missing some ingredients. You can definitely substitute some spices, and even omit some. If you have any questions about the ingredients, please leave a comment and I'll make sure to help as much as I can. Also, why not subscribe now before you get distracted by the food? First, we need to roast the spices in some oil. But before that, I need to prepare few ingredients. Couple of medium onions. I'll throw them in this hand chopper and process them to small pieces. Because believe it or not, some people don't like onions, so I try to hide it this way. But of course you can substitute this with onion powder. Then I put some fresh coriander in the same chopper with 4 cloves of garlic and a piece of ginger. I'll also make these into a paste. I added a little water to make the process easier. You can always use a hand mixer, food processor, or even a grater. Now we can roast the spices in a couple spoons of oil. I used cinnamon, bay leaves, star anise, cardamom powder, and some coriander seeds. I usually add fennel seeds as well, but I didn't have any. Star anise should be enough though. I want these to brown a little to release the oils and flavors of each spice. This can go from a pleasant experience to burnt spices in a very short time. That's why I had the other ingredients ready. When it's time, I throw in the onions. I want them to sweat a little and start getting translucent. That's when I add the rest of the herbs. This should cook for about 3 to 5 minutes on low heat. Once the water have evaporated and you get this kind of paste, it's time to throw in some tomatoes. Nothing special here, just few tomatoes cut in medium cubes while the herbs were cooking. Now we add more spices. 2 teaspoons of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of paprika powder, 2 teaspoons of garam masala, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne powder, and 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. You can now add some fresh chilies or mint leaves. I'm going for a mild biryani, not very spicy, but you can definitely add more heat if you like. And don't be shy with the spices, it only adds to the flavor. Just watch the turmeric, chili and salt. Now I'll let everything simmer and break down to a very colorful and flavorful paste. For the vegetables, I'm using a couple of potatoes, frozen broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, peas, corn and peppers. Then some soy balls that have been soaking in hot water for some time. You can add any vegetables you like really, it's not written in stone. If the meat replacement you're using doesn't work well with boiling, then add it at the end, or cook it separately and add it on top of the finished dish. I dissolved the vegetable stock cube in some hot water and added it to the pot. Mixed everything together and let it simmer for some time. This can vary depending on what vegetables are you cooking. Since potatoes took the longest to cook, I checked them from time to time to make sure they are half cooked only. That was the time to add the rice. That's 2 cups of washed basmati rice. You can use any rice you like, but basmati or jasmine rice will work better. The package says to add 2 cups of water for each cup of rice, but I don't follow the rules. I have my own measuring method. Now add salt to your liking and bring it to a boil. While the biryani is cooking, I have to confess now that this is a one pot and a frying pan recipe. I like to roast the toppings in a frying pan, which are cashews, almonds, fried onions and raisins. If one pot is all what you own, use some ready roasted nuts, ready crispy onions like these, and raisins. I usually do that if I'm just cooking for myself. In some oil, I throw in the almonds on medium heat. Once they start getting some color, add in the cashews, because they roast quite fast. Make sure to keep moving them so they don't roast on one side only. Once they start getting brown, move them to a paper towel and let them cool down. Then add in a little more oil and throw in the sliced onions. This needs to be on low heat, not to burn. I want it to caramelize and taste sweet with a little crisp on the outside. This took so long that I started questioning why I didn't use the ready fried crispy onions. But I have to admit, it was worth the wait. Close to the end, I added the raisins to heat up a little. If you fry these guys a little more, they will blow back up to grapes once again. Trust me, you don't want that. Now you have everything ready. Once the water level reaches the rice, turn down the heat as low as possible. Cover the pot and check on it from time to time. When you think it's ready, check the bottom of the pot to make sure the water has evaporated. Don't forget to remove the big spices before you serve it. The biryani goes in with all the toppings, some vegan yogurt, chili sauce, and a squeeze of lime. You will be surprised how all these flavors come together in this dish. I really hope you like this recipe, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.